Hey guys, this is Jacob Horst, Trifecta Champion, and you're watching Garage Strength TV. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and click that notification button. Don't miss out on any of our videos. Peace!
So we're doing another episode of social media analytics and progress and a little bit of like creative work here. So basically from Jake's analysis, over the past week, we've done pretty well with our lifting videos have done pretty well. Our Weightlifting University continues to be a great education post. This is yours too, Kuhn. We have to share this. Our site clicks did really well with the vlogs and also really well with the technical work from Jordan. So we got to keep hammering that. The site clicks were better in the morning, which was our goal from last week, was to improve site clicks in the morning. I do think we got to get a little bit better engagement regarding comments in the morning. So I've got to come up with a couple tricks for that and see if we can improve that. But I think overall, like,
So actually, if you look here, my nighttime posts have been doing pretty well with comments, like 7, 7, 2, 1, and I've just been like hinting, like I did DK's, double over for 12, 240, and I was like, who else like thinks they could do this shit?
Yeah,
people were like calling people out, like. But
where's the single leg one so we can talk about the troll on the single leg?
That was from last week.
Oh, that was last week?
Yeah.
Because that got even more comments.
I don't think he even... Personally, I didn't think he trolled that. Like, he wasn't trying to troll, but,
Yeah, but then he trolled. That? He did troll on the throws you.
Yeah, I did see that. He's just a discus thrower Dane and I know for years.
I thought that was the Strongest Gym vlog.
No, it was
no.
Lucas's single leg. No, he was trolling because he's like, it's disrespectful to people. How is that disrespectful to people?
Did you
What's disrespectful is being an ignorant bigot.
Yeah, no, I got you. Speaking of disrespectful, if you saw on the one other video about Lucas that you did not make.
Grant Cartwright. Yeah, I did see that. I forgot to bring that up. I was like, who's Grant Cartwright? I know that name sounds familiar.
Michigan shot putter, hammer thrower.
Yeah, then I looked it up. I was like, oh, shit, dude, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, no, he might be
He might be at Grand Valley. He was there last year.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I heard somewhere that they might not be there this year, but I could be wrong.
So, even on the, I like seeing the Dane's vlog still getting some good profile clicks. So I think, based off of these numbers, I know it's weird because it's the holidays and we do have a, and we're probably going to be running a good promo in the next week on our site, but I do think it's not a. I think it's good seeing this number and this number be. We should come up with a ratio and see if we can find a sweet spot between these numbers here, like a ratio sweet spot.
I'm gonna drink a protein shake. Dude, I need to set reminders in my phone and do shit because I'm fucking lazy.
Oh my god! What time is it to meditate?
Dude,
and visualize.
Everybody, wait a second.
But before we go, a ratio that we could then see if we hit this sweet spot ratio, we get X on sales,
Yeah.
Whatever it could be.
So are you kind of thinking for morning posts, maybe ask more targeted questions, kind of what we do on Saturdays, like versus posts, or something a little different?
Not versus posts, but that same, like, challenge them to visit the site, but then also challenge with a question or a comment so that there's like a site visit, but also it's hard to get two actions off of one post, and I think that's where I gotta do some more research.
Have you ever thought about asking questions about like maybe just people throwing out there, like I guess to target, like, say if you wanted to promote Bize and Trize books, you were like, what's your favorite bicep exercise, tricep exercise, and try to target people in that thinking of, oh, Bize and Trize, and a little subtle plug there.
I think that makes sense because that leads into the branding part.
Yeah.
Of us just cementing down a brand and having that as like a a channel or a funnel of our company, you know, and that Bize and Trize is here, and then Olympic weightlifting is here, and then throwing is here, and coaching education is here, and we have these funnels established that all follow under, you know, the umbrella entity, and then it's just like yeah.
I mean, I think it makes sense. I think one thing that we maybe sometimes forget about is when we're constantly doing those Q&As almost every day, is people love having their, you know, name put out there on our account.
Even using that on like Dane's platforms, like, hey, one guy who always comments on Throws You, it's like Gage Evan 44 comment asked, and then we go over it, because that's, dude, I think people.
Well, what I was thinking is we could start doing is every Tuesday we could take, because we do an AMA Monday, so we could take a really good question from an AMA, and we do a Dane Tip Tuesday that goes on the feed every week.
From and Monday's AMA,
we can be like, so and so asked this question yesterday.
We're gonna pick question of the week on Monday for Dane Tip Tuesday,
and then it's a minute-long video on the feed of
Dane, and it's just me.
Like if it's like, how do I like?
So it's not where you're producing it.
Yeah.
It's just going on.
Yeah.
I think that's something that we do a good job about, and that we should never forget is my produced content definitely has a place, but you'll never be able to replicate the raw feel of just talking into a cell phone.
Yeah, because it's like that's like my the IGTV I did one on when to retire, and I did one on which I think you should watch as an athlete, fucker. But then two,
fucking DJ needs to watch that.
Yeah, DJ.
I haven't seen it yet, I'll admit.
I wonder if DJ should watch it. But then I did the second one on dealing with internet trolls when it was good, because it was actually for me, really. It was.
Dude, I loved your fucking Dane's platforms back in the day when it would just be like you and Sanderson or Lincoln when he was a baby, and no one would be at the gym at lunchtime. And you'd be screaming into your phone, and then you'd be like, all right, I gotta go throw. And you just fucking you get all amped up about something, but it was like it was raw. You know what I mean? Like you were just feeling something.
I think that.
Dude, I'll never forget.
I think those are good on IGTV. Yeah, I do think that.
Yeah, I think we do a good job on IGTV. It's just hard because.
Did you get that posted?
No.
The Internet Trolls one is good because it's just me. I had a talk with Eric Johnson, and he was just like, dude, fucking relax. Who gives a shit? Like,
dude, that's what I say.
At the end of the day, all I can worry about is my actions and just building a path, and you guys with the path, like everybody's bought into it. And that's the best part about having you guys as workers for Garage Strength, is that you guys have the same vision as me. At least we're all on a relative. We all have similar goals, right? We all know where we're going, and it's like, so put blinders on, and just go.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I think it's like we all have the same goal, but we all have different approaches on how to get there.
Yeah, and it's also trolls feed off of.
My response. That's where Sam was like, so dude, stop responding.
They'll never stop if you fucking answer.
Yeah, but listen,
20
my
comments
only thing.
In a row.
When I get a message from Alex Rose this morning and last night.
Though.
Yeah, but Alex Rose who's the most calm person on the planet, and he's like, what the fuck is his problem? I can't wait to compete against him. I'm gonna fucking smash his face. And when Alex says that, I'm like, yeah. But then I still need to. I think I still have too much of that competitive. It's like the old thing where my brother used to say this. My brother
too much test.
Well, my brother would call me. My brother would call me fat, right? He could call me fat all day. But then as soon as someone else would say Dane's fat, he'd be like, "What'd you fucking say?" And it's the same thing. Like I take it so personal, and I need to not.
Yeah, it's like fight or flight.
Yeah, but I need to take it personal, but not take it to heart, maybe.
So when I was living with former K-State All-American Ryan Hirschberger last summer.
Yeah.
I think you and I were having a discussion back and forth about you were pissed that about some troll. I can't remember what the instance was. But Ryan told me to tell you that, you know, when people are below you, all they can see is your ass.
Yeah, that's
you know, when you're climbing the ladder of success, everyone who's trolling you, that's because they're below you and all they see is your ass.
Yeah, that's a good.
And that's like something to think about. Is like the reason why there are trolls on you is because you're objectively more successful than them. They wouldn't be trolling you if they thought they were on your level.
Yeah.
So that's something to always keep in mind. Is like, if you get pissed about a troll, you're like, well, I'm better than them.
Yeah.
Fuck them. If they're taking the time out of their day to want to troll you, now I don't think it's a bad thing to necessarily interact with trolls. I think if you just don't take it so personally as a person.
That was one thing.
If you just don't take it like to heart as a person, but use it, if you could figure out how to channel that anger that you might have and use it for the benefit of the business, for creativity and stuff like that, that's one thing. I think
that's where
I think trolls are actually a good inspiration
Yeah.
for a lot of. I mean, some of the best creative works in music and entertainment came from people being pissed about another person doing something shitty, even though that person may not be worth their time.
Yeah,
you know,
like Carly Simon singing about James Taylor.
I don't know who Carly Simon is.
It's like what's that?
She's like an actual singer.
Yeah, she was a singer in the '70s, and she wrote a song about James Taylor. We should plug it in for like 5 seconds right now, Coon. I'll find the track.
Yeah, I need the track.
Anyway, getting back on topic. One thing, even Sorochin said this to me. He's like, dude, I saw those comments. I don't get why he does it, but you got to realize, dude, you put out, and this is a testament to us. He's like, you guys put out so much good content. Even if you have trolls, you shouldn't give a shit because you guys put out so much content that I don't even look in my feed. I go to your page to look at the content. And I was like, I know he's one of like our athletes. So I did think I appreciated that. So,
but I mean, if you just kind of compare our profile visits to even the other businesses that you run,
yeah.
I mean, I think there's a testament that probably other people do that because that's something I noticed, at least with our YouTube, is my subscriber rate always goes up around between Thursday and Saturday.
Yeah.
And I think that's because people are working throughout the week. They see that I'm putting out content 7 days a week. People are probably not going on YouTube every single night to watch garage strength stuff. So maybe people are watching the content later and binging it.
Yeah.
And that's why our rates tend to go up during certain times of the week.
I was going to say, like eventually, like they'll just know that we post 7 days a week. So beginning or end of the week when they don't work or something, like let's say they're off a day, they'll go on and they'll know that we already have 7 new videos up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same thing with our feed, you know.
I mean, you gotta think just with our YouTube alone, in just 7 days, we're putting out 3-4 hours of content every week.
Do you have your phone on you?
Isn't that crazy to think about?
Oh shit! There's somebody calling me. Damn it! I don't know what that is. No, I think that's.
You might have to start the live again.
I think it's insane, dude. I think it's awesome. I did want to go into Coon, into your vlog or going into your analytics stuff, and then talking about what we can do better and what we're all thinking about as like little topics that we could work on moving forward and ideas we have moving forward, because I do have a couple good ideas. So
moving on to my stuff.
Yeah, well, let's move on to your stuff.
So as Jake already stated, I killed it with Instagram this past week. We actually got, if you look, our views all pretty strong on every single video except your promo, which I'm actually not sure why that is. Oh, yes, I do know that song. Dane, I have a question real quick.
Sorry, I had to do that.
I was wondering what the fuck you were doing.
Was Alanis Morissette singing about Dave Coulier?
Oh, shit.
Just a little debate. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, but...
Let's fucking do it, Dave.
I know.
Speak your mind.
No, I don't know enough about it, because I feel like that was like one of those... There's like so many little... Alanis Morissette...
She's really popular in the 90s.
Yeah. Like when I was growing up, she was the shit. Her
Dirty
and
Jagged Pill is a great album.
Yeah, that album was like one of the biggest albums of the 90s.
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever see Full House?
Yes.
Okay, you know Joey?
Yes.
Basically, she wrote like one of the most like angry breakup songs ever written, and
I'd be mad
it's
too if I
about
broke
and
up
it's
with
about
that stud.
Wasn't it? It's like rain.
Yeah. I mean, that's
that's the same album.
That's the same album. And
When you've already paid.
Or Hand in My Pocket. Dude, there's so many great songs just off that one album.
Yo, Coon, can you see Coon like?
Dude,
Coon's driving into work, blaring a lot of.
I was drinking one night. Where's Coon? Lights go down. Fucking light right in his face. He's fucking open micing it.
You oughta know. Dude, I would fucking...
Dude, that song's good.
I would be
Jason
driving...
puts on a wig. He's fucking
Dude, I would be driving throughout either Manhattan, Columbus, wherever, and just fucking jamming to You Oughta Know. That one part where it's just like, would she go down on you in a theater? Fucking screaming that
Who would you
shit.
think about when you were singing that?
Sandra Perkovich.
No.
Oh shit!
No,
the fact that he said Sandra Perkovich.
I never thought about somebody with that song. It was always Black by Pearl Jam.
Oh, lame,
dude.
All right, get into the
analytics. I'm sorry. That had to. Good little aside.
I just want to know who Coon's thinking about.
Dude, probably nobody.
No, it was somebody. I'll tell you.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on. So lost my train of thought. So we got a lot of views on the One Throws vlog last week. So that was like 2,600 views.
Yeah.
And 237 likes. But dude, the weights vlog got 225 likes. Like all the likes this past week were over 100. That's never happened to me before since posting. So I think people were interacting with the content a bit better. The profile clicks are all pretty strong. But what's really cool is like, look at all the fucking sends you're getting on these videos.
Yeah.
Like clearly people are like, oh shit, dude, check this out.
And even the saves, there's 21, 10, 17.
Yeah. Every video was at least a save.
Dude, I have 4 on mine. Yes. People like me.
So we got the story. Your vlog story did
really
good.
That's
I was
crazy.
Really surprised. I think it was because partially I think it was the way I titled it.
Yeah.
And
wait, let's talk about that.
Okay. Yeah.
So I this is something I'm still struggling with as far as like philosophical, spiritual, religious, mindfulness type feelings, right? And who I am and handling the unknown. And I think that, so Jason had, I had gone off during this revival shoot and he had said, dude, I have some real deep footage that I didn't put into that vlog. And so I said, dude, screw it. What if you put it out and it just kills it, you know? And it's like this is stuff
I just wanted to respect your privacy because it was a pretty deep stuff.
And dude, it's stuff I think about every day. I mean, especially when Anthony's training, like he has been training the past couple days, it's like I think about it even more so, and I think about it with my own, especially with the twins being born and all the like metaphysical stuff, religious stuff that I was always into. And when I was going through quotes that I had saved in my Google Drive, Jake. And then going and looking for quotes this morning, what was ironic is I had saved a whole bunch of quotes from, there's a philosopher, Seneca, and that's sort of who Seneca's named after. I think that's stuff though that I'm willing to put out there because that's just who I am. Like
yeah.
And I think about that stuff on like last night. Keenan couldn't sleep, right? Mm-hmm. Like he didn't go down well. Unbeknownst to me, he had shit his pants, and we had put him down to bed. I had put him down, and he was screaming. So I took him for a walk around our whole property. So I cut out this path on our property, so it's like a 35-minute walk. And while we're walking, I'm like thinking, dude, I didn't even talk to Caitlin for like 15 minutes because I just was thinking about that stuff. And I think that's like, I'm okay with that stuff being out there.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to know that.
No, that's good. It's good to know
Caitlin
because
just changed Keenan's pants and he was perfectly fine.
Because I do remember like
too if I was trying to sleep with shit in my pants. I'm just saying.
Because I do remember like when we were shooting that with Joe, the other videographer, and Like, he was saying, like, dude, you shouldn't be filming right now. Like, there were parts during that video where he told me, like, I should cut the camera. But I knew you in the moment that I was like, no, I'm just going to keep it rolling.
Yeah.
I know Dane's fine with it. Like, I also did the same thing when we did that shoot at BC.
Yeah.
I kind of kept it rolling when maybe other people didn't know. And I know, like, if other people were there to see that, they would probably be like, dude, like, that's not cool. I kind of know you well enough that I'm at least going to save the footage. I know you'll probably, like, I think you trust me enough that I won't put it out there unless I talk to you.
The purpose for it will not be, like, financial gains.
Yeah,
It'll be
yeah,
like,
no.
yo, if you need this, like, this is good memory stuff.
Yeah, it's there. So I think generally, like, all our swipe ups are doing pretty well. I think the one unfortunate thing is I was hoping that Evan's podcast is going to do better. We got a lot of feedback from actual people that we know.
Yeah.
But
my dad loved that.
Yeah. He said some things to me about it. Dude, fucking Christian Pavlovich wrote a goddamn essay.
That was awesome. Yeah.
He wrote a fucking essay.
Yeah.
He basically said that podcast inspired him.
Did you see Tom Sroka commented, like,
yeah,
I used to love watching him throw. I'm like, yeah. So those Sunday videos that I used to put up on my really old, like, iPhone 4, like, actually paid off a little bit.
Dude,
I've always liked Tom Sroka, man.
A little aside, I like
that shit he's doing now. What is that? Fucking
like
God fighting.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I feel like I'd be good at that.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
Elbow would be like this. Dudes would manipulate the fuck out of you.
So kind of moving forward, like, especially just on the YouTube, Sam's podcast at Throws University did really well. I think
that's because of the pooper intended.
Honestly, I think it's name brand. Sam is like one of the only athletes that has kind of a name brand on social media before he really started training here.
Yeah.
I think that's more the case.
Jake, step it up. Snatch like 121 today and squat like today.
Dude, I don't
put break
effort
bars
into my social media because I'm on social media all day.
You're like doing like garage
dude, I don't
stuff.
want to fucking do my shit.
So our likes were a little lower. I'm looking at this. Our subscribers were decent. Minutes watched.
Another increase by 1,000 minutes.
Dude, you know what's weird is that when we were walking last night, as I walked back across into the house, I said to Caitlin, I wonder if we're going to get another 1,000 minutes watched on YouTube, like jokingly. Dude, then I'm like, whoa, shit, yeah.
And what's funny is, like, the views have been dropping by like 100 each week. So it's like, as much as it's annoying the views are dropping, that only means that people are watching are just watching longer.
They're committing to it, yeah.
Engaging more.
So
we want, Jason.
So we need to just keep zeroing in on who the audience is, and then keep in mind that when we're creating the content and creating content for IG and Twitter, and that's the other thing for everybody watching and listening is that we want to start utilizing Twitter more frequently, and utilizing these other platforms, and I think. I don't know if it's worth it to do Snapchat. I don't know if that would be too much for us.
I tried it. Like, I played with it in the summer. Like, I have the Garage Strength Snapchat. It's just, I think what we need to do is not be active on Snapchat, but we need to make a geotag. Pay for a geotag.
Yeah.
So when people are at the gym and they post on Snapchat, they can swipe over to the filters and it says like garage.
Or have
strength.
like,
and then people know
Connor or somebody like that running Snapchat when he's like training or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, maybe not.
Well, not when he's training, but
yeah.
but something like that.
Aaron maybe.
Yeah. It's like enjoyable.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's definitely doable. I was originally thinking like, well, I almost felt like Instagram was kind of so it does stuff similar to Snapchat, but I think that's a good idea.
Is this Sam's?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Even this one though, like 12, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean the likes are kind of always on and off sometimes. So at the end of the day, like I really care about the watch time, and that's what I'm noticing is the watch time. All of the videos are pretty much over 1,000 minutes, except for your vlog. But I don't think that's accurate because the views are pretty. Like if you were to compare it, like I don't know, maybe it is fairly accurate. I just feel like. Given a couple more days, it's going to get over 1,000 minutes, seeing as that was only posted 4 days ago. So that's just something to keep in mind. But I think that pretty much covers everything I have for the week.
So if we would say in throwing into the just directly, and this wouldn't be as much for you, Jason, but more so for me and Jake, would be experimenting with the AMA on Monday and sort of announcing that on Tuesday that on Monday we're going to pick a question, and we'll call it like the question of the day. We'll give that person a shout out, and then I'll do like a Dane Tip Tuesday around that person's question, and maybe even like we'll do one a month that'll get like the IGTV, so it'll be a little longer form.
Well, yeah, if we get one that's like really in depth and you need to go longer than a minute, we can just turn it into an IGTV.
Okay, and then Jason's got all the content for next week laid out, as far as, because next week we are going to Grand Valley State. He's also, we're going
to get a lot of content there.
Yeah, so we're going to have a good trip. It'll be fun, and there's going to be a lot of unique characters there, and a lot of cool stuff will be going on that we should be able to get a lot of footage. And then on top of that, I mean, you've been doing a lot with EFM like the last 5 days, and I do
understatement.
Yeah. And that's going to carry over a little bit into the New Year's with what we're running from the New Year stuff. But and that's a whole nother, that's another discussion. But I think as far as social media is concerned, I think with Instagram, we need to keep doing what we're doing in the morning posts. I got to try and engage people, I guess we can call it bilaterally. And then utilizing the AMA on Monday to carry over into the Dane Tip Tuesday. Now, the question is that going to run at like noon? And I still have my main post in the morning, which I think is fine. And then Jake is trying to really put together like a little Twitter campaign so he can start sending out, and maybe he sends out more of these 1 minute rants and on Twitter, directly posted to Twitter.
I can just take
and then the quotes that I like, and he's going to put those out. And I was even thinking like songs I like. And then on top of that, we can start pushing just little things that we're working on a regular basis and try and factor that in. But I wanted to see from you guys, and maybe, I don't know if there's comments, if what you guys are thinking as far as how we can continue to be a little bit more engaging and ultimately get to more sales from the e-commerce perspective, but also just continue, most importantly, just develop the brand and develop us and develop who we are and capitalize on the brand. But I wanted to see if you two had any ideas as far as like different methods that we could be using or regarding the creative side. Because I do have a couple things that I wanted to throw out that I think he and I could take advantage of with your production.
So I actually have a few ideas. I think once a week, and this has been pitched to us, I think we do have an athlete takeover of the story.
Okay.
We choose one of the athletes. And I think it would be even fine if we were to go after like, some of the other athletes like on the sports performance side. I mean, we got to be careful of like college students and high schoolers. But I think like finding people that are really good characters at the gym who would really appreciate something like that would be good to have like a story takeover. And I think I have been thinking about maybe because it's really hard to do this, as you know from doing it for a few years, is I'd like to have an athlete do like a vlog, like their own personal vlog, like once a month, like the special athlete vlog. Just because sometimes it can be a little costly and very time consuming for me to go out and film something like I did with Jordan, and also for the editing. But if like someone were just to film on their phone, then you're really getting to know who they are and how they, act and stuff like that. So I think really trying to utilize the athletes that we have here and the characters as much as we can, just to kind of show, that they will offer a different flavor than maybe what they get most weeks.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot. Jake, do you have any ideas?
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say I still think we lack what people want. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still need to figure out what everybody wants, like, on our page. You know what I'm saying? Like, program-wise, I'd say. Like,
yeah.
Like, we need to ask more questions of, like, what they want to see. Like, we did a...
I think the bench press question is, like, one of those things that we've been hit 100,000 times, and we never sat there and were like, why don't we make a bench press program?
I mean, the next 6 months, we have really good programs laid out that are going to be dropping each month, so... And I think we're getting better at that. We're starting to figure out our brand a little more from doing stuff like this. I just think it's like our biggest thing right now is like finding our like brand. You know what I mean? We have it, but we don't know how to give it. Almost. You know what I'm saying?
From like a program perspective?
Yeah, and like stuff that people can like interact with us more.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I mean,
so what would you say? Like, let's use the bench press program as an example, because that's the first one that pops into my head is that we do AMAs or we get comments from people on direct questions of like, I gotta increase my bench press. How can I do this? How can I do that? And it's like, well, we should offer a bench press program, but it took us 3 months to be like, why don't we do this?
Exactly. And we come out with this program and push it like a little bit. Like, it could be something that
does really well. Yeah.
Like, and we don't know, but that's what I'm saying. I think we just need to keep experimenting like we're doing. Having this calendar now with all this stuff laid out, and I think it's going to really help us see what works best, because we can always backtrack, you know?
Yeah.
Because we'll have it on the calendar, so we can be like...
And it'll be in... digital on Basecamp, which I think is going to help.
My other idea was that Dane Tip Tuesday, and I feel like that's pretty much it.
I feel like I did those.
You did a Dane Tip Tuesday. You used to do them on your YouTube.
I thought it was like on Throws You. I think it was like a Throws You thing for a while.
I thought you used to do them.
Yeah, because it's always about throwing, or maybe you also did stuff with lifting. But I remember a lot of it was just throwing stuff.
Yeah, I just forget. I remember doing it, but I don't remember when.
I know, like, so, because you were doing that when I was still in college, and I remember, like, throwers actually asking me about it a few times. Did I ever tell you about the one thrower that was in Columbus from another D3 school that was, like, nervous to talk to you at the Arnold?
No.
I think that's something that we can look at is kind of highlighting that brand. Like, we sometimes forget, like, your brand is pretty big. We want it a lot bigger, but I think like, this is just going back to highlighting those names when people are asking questions and really giving shout outs. I think the more shout outs we give and really pushing that, if you will engage with us, we'll give
it back. Yeah.
I think that's something that we could be better at, but I think that's honestly the biggest thing is the more times that we can give back to the community, that's where I think we're going to get more people like DMing their friends. Hey, dude, my question was just asked on Garage Strength Instagram. Yeah. And then that friend is like, oh, I never heard of Garage Strength.
Right.
So then that's where I think we're going to get some good
Jake,
organic growth.
Huh?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. You're blocking the camera, Jake.
I probably did that the whole time.
No, just now. So one thing that one of the companies that I follow, as far as it's a movement analysis guy company, and I don't want to name them because I don't want them to gain followers from us, but they do, and I'll show you guys this afterwards. They basically just get together where it's like one main guy who's like super lean, and he stands there and you can see sort of his muscles, and somebody draws a muscle on him. And then he always sort of does like, all right, if you've got rounded thoracic spine, and then the model goes like this, and he like acts like Evan McElderry might act with his upper back. But then they go through like just like a distraction technique and a mobilization technique, and then how to stretch it, and then how to do that. And it's literally like a minute long.
Yeah.
I was thinking there could be, and this goes along with the video essay stuff that I've sent, that we've talked about a couple times, that I do think we should try and capitalize on that. Maybe that should be our goal. Q1 of 2019, we do 4 video essays.
Yeah.
But that's where watching them, I actually think I could do it with Jake in the lifts, and I could do it probably with
jacked.
Well, it would be like, if you're doing this is a really quick way to fix it. This is the reason why you need to stop. This is the reason why these cues work. Now take it, go ahead, blah, blah, blah. And then it's just like a minute. It's almost like taking a technical analysis and putting it live.
Yeah.
And I think that could be something that we could potentially do. I want to show you the examples from the company, and then and even doing that potentially even in the circle. So I think that was my first idea, and then on top of that, just starting to factor in GHOSTFACE account into this stuff. I think it could because it will all tie in.
How close are you approaching 10K?
I'm only at like 7,000.
That's not bad though. Would you say your rate's kind of going up in terms of followers?
Yeah, my engagement's stupid.
Yeah, no, I've noticed that.
It's insane. I mean, Throws You is the same thing, you know. Throws You, we're almost at 10K.
Yeah.
So I also think, too, we're getting close to a tipping point where it might be like, hey, GS is doing this, EFM's doing that, Throws You is doing this, GHOSTFACE is doing that, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, you know, we just sit there like, wow, you know, something happened, and we got to roll with it. And I think that from our side, on our end, a lot of the administrative stuff is in place, like the infrastructure is in place to handle something like that. So I think that's a big positive on our end. But again, you know, I think being ready for something like that and being ready for us to continue to grow this, we're using tools, you know, like Basecamp and Buffer, and we're using these things to make it easier for me to manage you guys, but for also you guys to manage your time. And then that in turn will give more time for me to be able to create more content and create books, create programs and stuff like that. So I think that we always have to keep that in the back of our mind, is like, what is the purpose for these things that we're using? And then what is the purpose for what we're trying to create? Well, what we're trying to create is to embody who we are as a business, to embody our work ethic, embody our visions that we have and where we can go, and put that content out there. And then ultimately, so we get more sales so that we have more resources to keep growing and making cool videos. Dude, I got a text about the EFM videos, and my sister posted it on her Facebook, and the one comment was like, they easily have the best, most entertaining commercials. And I was even thinking about that from from the Garage Strength side, is that like, dude, we're putting out a lot of good stuff all the time, and we're addressing a lot of different things, but we're just not in front of enough faces yet. We're getting closer, and it's growing, and we're getting there, but there's still like a couple missing pieces where there's throws coaches that still don't even know what Garage Strength or Throws You is, and to me that's just crazy. You know, and even in the weightlifting world, there's still gyms that don't even know who we are.
And it's also like EFM is different because a lot of people that follow EFM are so brand worthy. You know, like if you have 15,000 followers on Earth-Fed Muscle and 12,000 of them bought your products, probably 8 to 10,000 of those 12,000 are going to be brand loyal. Like,
yeah, they're like,
they're
super
stick
loyal
with you. You know what I mean? It's like Nike.
Yeah.
You know, people that wear Nike shit wear fucking Nike shit.
Yeah.
Like they
all
don't
the
wear
time.
Reebok. Like they're not following Reebok's Instagram. Like they're it's Nike. Whereas like someone can just pop up on Garage Strength one day and be like, oh, this is cool, and click a follow, and then we'll just be on their feed.
I still think though that's where I follow other guys like I follow Brute Strength and Conditioning, and they do a good job on their site. They do a good job on Instagram, and their Olympic weightlifting coach is a very good, excellent weightlifter. But I've never even heard of a single one of their weightlifters.
Yeah.
I don't have any idea but their media is good, and they're putting out a lot of good content. But I'm like, I don't even know who they are.
So something I've wondered, especially like because this is a discussion that always comes up, you know, in Earth-Fed Muscle, is like the use of influencers. Like, has it ever crossed your mind of like, oh man, if I started training this big name guy who has, you know, this many followers, this would probably fall more into weightlifting, and be like, if they just start tagging us and stuff, Garage Strength is going to blow up overnight, which it very well could be with the way, with how almost how powerful influencers, singular influencers are right now. Has that ever crossed your mind for like garage strength or?
It has, but I think that's more like the juggernaut model, and I think that's my issue is that, like, not that they're not good coaches, because they are, but that's sort of how they've gotten their athletes, is using that model. And in my mind, my model is more like create
someone
those.
from a scrub and turning him into a national.
Create those,
Yeah.
and it's just more organic and it's longer.
Yeah.
But to me, it's more powerful. It's more powerful when Haley totals 180. It's more powerful when Jake totals 300, when Jordan totals 300, when Jules totals 250 plus, when Aaron totals 220 or 215, when if Kate totals 185. Like, that to me is more powerful than us looking. Now, to be fair though, at the same time, using someone like Bize, and he's not a huge influencer, but that's where, like, I had a couple contacts from other wrestlers now, and I think that we could be getting close to something like that. And I think about it, but I also don't think that would be. I don't think that that's me. I think it's more like for Throws You even. It's like, okay, we got Mo, we got Rachel now, and Rachel throws 19, and Sam goes 68 plus, and I look at like Legend as somebody, as like the next Alex Rose, and it's like, okay, when Alex blew up, I didn't know how to use that evidence of effective coaching, but now we take Legend from 54 to 61. Now we know how to use that, and I think that's sort of where I'm at. As far as that's concerned, it's in my mind, it's more like we've got to create those influencers, and we've got to educate. And if we could educate all of our people as influencers, like educate them to be influencers, and that's where Jules does a really good job on social media. Jules does a she's the best person that we have on social media. She's the most effective. Her posts are the most emotional. She posts most frequently, and she has like this genuine feel to her, and no one else does that.
And that's where I think like that's kind of the answer I was looking for, because I know you, and I know the whole part of the brand of Garage Strength is raw development and the act of really caring about an athlete. You don't have athletes that are going in and out the door every year, but are still big name athletes, so that's what keeps the name alive. You have athletes that have been here for 7 years.
Yeah.
Some 10 years.
Right.
So when you think about how raw that development is, I think the act of creating influencers, I think that's honestly one of our next big steps. And unfortunately, it comes down to, we really respect our athletes' time. We really respect, how much they give us already. But I feel like we could still get more.
Yeah.
I think I would personally love to see, Sam or more weightlifters, or even Rachel, post more about Garage Strength. I understand, like, at the end of the day, like, they're athletes, but I think when we kind of look at the overall branding of Garage Strength, they're as much a part of the media team as we are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they're the subjects that we're using
exactly.
And if they have a little bit, and that's actually what, from the frustrating side, is him, DJ, where it's like they're direct.
What's your excuse?
They have direct impact on this, and they have not only do they have a direct impact. Would you stop chewing on whatever the fuck you're chewing on? Jesus Christ, you're like a fucking 7-year-old,
dude.
What was
can't
that?
Sit
it's like
still. It's a piece
like
of plastic.
Yeah,
It's
you're
from
chewing
this
on
pen.
it. He's the kid who would like roll up rubber cement in the when you were in.
I didn't have a chair in elementary school, dude.
Oh my God!
They made me stand.
But this is what pisses me off, is that he and DJ, not only can they have a direct impact on this, they can have a direct impact on their salary, on their income. Not that your salary, but on your wage. Like, you could have a direct impact on your income, not changing anything, not putting out more time or more effort, but just being creative and doing cool shit. And you still don't do it.
Like, you're saying on my personal.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Same with DJ. I said, DJ, let's just play devil's advocate.
Posting shit on my personal
Yeah,
account.
but that impacts this. DJ, you go 150 and 205, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, who's this guy who clean jerks 205? He cleaned 207, right? Like, but he doesn't want to do it. It's like that can impact you positively. The only outcome is positive, especially with you.
You
go 130, 160. No. Don't give me that bullshit.
Why?
Because that doesn't matter. Look at, there's people out there that are half the lifter. There's people out there who have never won a fucking national title,
you're 100% right.
that have never made a senior world team, and they have 50,000 followers because they just have fun. They post their shit.
There's also people that are savage lifters and throw content out all the time, and they have fucking 5,000 followers.
Who?
Alex Rose does not have 10K followers.
Yeah, but he doesn't put out content. He doesn't put out content.
He's an Olympian.
He doesn't put out content.
Dude,
he doesn't want to. That's fine.
You
have that personality.
Person,
you have it.
But DJ's
you have it.
So he can't.
Yo, but DJ could. DJ could because he has a kid. He's got a full-time job. He could play the role of like, I'm coming back. He can make this big sob story. What we talked about when I was, and I think you were in on this conversation, was how can Garage Strength become the heel of pro wrestling? And I brought this up.
I didn't listen to those Voxers, by the way, because I have no fucking idea who these.
And I brought this up to Jason, and I said, "Here's the thing: we create these underlying stories of you, of DJ, of Kate, of Haley, of Jules, of Aaron, of Jordan, and every Sam, and using all the people we have, and we create these interlocked stories that are just crazy and obnoxious, but also cool and real." And now all of a sudden they go, well, who's this guy? He's only ever totaled 283 or whatever your best total is, and now he's totaling 295? Well, who's this Jordan kid? He totaled 292, barely made a team, and now he's totaling 300? Who's this guy? He clean jerk 205?
I do also think
it's she? She like we could have so many insane stories.
But I also do think it's different though, because I'm here pretty much all day. So I don't. It's like my whole shit on my Instagram would be here.
I want to get backed up by Jason for the first time, possibly in the history of our relationship, that he has zero excuses right now.
For what?
For not doing it.
Posting about my
what works.
Life. But what I'm saying is,
works. You know your personality is the most over the top. You have the most over-the-top personality out of everybody here, except for maybe me.
But what I'm saying is my content I would post would be very similar to
You're definitely number one.
But him.
Okay, so, Jake, yeah, I actually do agree with Damon on this.
Yeah!
And,
boom!
I don't care. I don't care.
And here's the thing. And here's the thing.
I don't care. I don't want to hear you.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't want to listen to you
Ultimately, it's up to Dane whether or not this impacts your job. But I seriously, that's not the response. That's not the right response.
Yeah, but that's what Dane would say to me, so that's what I'm saying to him.
Okay, so the way I see it, Jake, I'm gonna look this way just because this is where the camera is. So Jake, the way I see it, you do actually have an
anybody backing me up here?
No, nobody. They're all probably like, yeah, thumbs up to Dane.
You do have an
They're
interest.
probably like, this kid cleans 160 and he fucking does an upright row. Who gives a fuck?
Okay. Here's the thing, though. There are so many people out there who are shitty athletes. One of the most popular YouTubers for track and field is a mediocre hurdle. Not even mediocre. I couldn't even put him at the level mediocre. A fucking bad hurdler in Canada who has like 100,000 subscribers.
That? Who?
I don't know. I don't remember his name, but I remember like watching a few of his videos. He had like a stupid amount of subscribers. He's a vlogger, and I'm just like, you're not even good. But like, it's the whole. He was like a hurdler in college. He was mediocre. He took 2 years off. He had a job. He then got back into racing again. He didn't really post any good times, but people were involved in that story. And I think the thing that you're lucky about is you work at the gym. So you have a different perspective on things that other people don't. And that perspective is employee, social media poster, like you know how to work social media. You work as part of a digital media team. Coach, that's kind of what. And you're an athlete, you know.
Patient.
Okay, what do you?
And you interact with so many different people. I'm just saying, your life, I think, is more interesting than you give it credit for.
I know my life's interesting.
But what we're saying is that you understand this.
Yes.
And we're also, if we don't even need to educate you to be a micro influencer is basically what we're saying. You just need to do it.
Yeah.
DJ just needs to do it. And maybe
DJ needs some like coaching. Like maybe he needs
he even said, he was like, dude, I've got Henley. I'm working like 40 plus hours a week and I'm lifting and he's basically married. And it's like, dude, you got like, he's got it.
Yeah.
Once or twice a week you make some videos and then you got a week's worth of posts.
Yeah. So we're running short on time, but I did want to kind of hit this one thing. How close are we to scheduling a meeting with VaynerMedia?
We're basically doing everything Gary Vee says, by the way.
We need a lot more money for that.
I'm just saying, like,
I think that'd be cool though. It would be awesome. I mean, I think maybe that's like a 5-year goal is like, hey, in 5 years,
just
like,
for a $20,000 trip to New York.
Yeah. Just to
sit down for an hour with a guy and say, hey, we're doing everything you told us to do. And he's just like, good.
Yeah. And he swears and tells you that you got to make sure you're doing your work. You believe in who you are. You put out good content and you're a genuine.
That's what he said.
And you're a genuine person. That's the whole goal here, right? Like that's what hey, that's what it is. That's why you, of all people, you were late. Wait. Let's go back over this story quick. You were laying in bed, virtually in tears, because you want to be the best weightlifter possible. You want to make a world team. You want to make an international team. You have the raw emotion. You and I are very similar emotionally.
Tell me how this has anything to do with my Instagram.
Jake is what?
Me wanting to be a good weightlifter.
Because all you have to do is put yourself out there.
But I don't video my lifts because I don't go on my phone because I don't want to be distracted.
You sit there and be like, yo, Dane, I want you to video this. He's the first athlete vlog that he has to vlog for the whole day. He's the first one. And you sit there and you talk about your rants. You go on your rants and rambling, and then you're goofing off and you're doing ridiculous shit, me making fun of you, and all of a sudden you post a week's worth of content and you get fucking 500 more followers, and in 6 months we're going, dude, good thing we have someone like Jake in the gym. Good thing we have somebody like Sam in the gym. Good thing we have somebody like
It's also like
Haley.
I feel like I can't post the same content as like a business because I'm a single person.
You don't have to.
But what I'm saying is I don't want to take pictures with my fucking shirt off. Like, I feel weird when I do that. Like,
you don't have to.
That's You just
but I do
it.
though.
You
do what Jake wants to do.
Like
I don't know what I want to do.
Oh my god, you're annoying.
I'm fucking 21 and I don't even know how to weightlift properly yet.
So
what do you mean? Like,
so make videos about that. About like I'm trying to fix my technique. You go through struggle. You share the struggle.
Jason, shut this down. Let's start.
You put the struggle. You put the struggle out there. People embrace it. They like you more. They want to be a part of your story. They want to follow your story more. And the biggest thing is that when Jake hits a big lift and he makes a team or he wins U.S. Nationals again, and we get a hook grip video, it's all worth it.
Let me focus on doing the shit I have to do for weightlifting now properly before I jump into my own shit.
It's not any longer.
Well, I don't have
all right,
content of myself.
Is that the end of the podcast?
All right, goodbye.
Any questions, everything? Peace.